Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for October the 12th through to the 18th, 2015. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the cards, let me take a moment to thank you for your likes, your shares, your favorites, for subscribing, for all the love, all the support that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you. Now, let's get to the cards. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here as our main cards. So this week is really going to be planning the steps forward. This is not a time to rush through on decisions. We don't want to knee-jerk a reaction into making a decision. We don't want to push through certain energies. We want to make our path a deliberate step-by-step plan of who we are and where we're going. Now, we have the World card here. The World card is typically what this card is you've come full circle in learning wisdom, going through lessons, learning the wisdom, growing stronger in your path. So now you've come full circle and it's time to go to the next level or the next phase of your path. Okay? It's going to lean on the wisdom. It's going to lean on the lessons that you've had in your past in order for you to make the right decisions going forward. Now, a lot of times what happens is we carry those wounds with us forward onto our path. And we don't want to do that when we're going into new paths. We want to leave the past in the past. Now, we have the Four of Swords, and I could see that, because of where it sits and whatnot, and the other cards that are here, I think that you could really be pulling yourself into an energy that is full of solitude, that you pull away from people, you pull away from events happening in your life. And I don't think that is the wisest approach. A lot of times when I see this card, I'm saying, yes, you need to rest, you need to recuperate. But I'm thinking with this card and where it's placed, and just wait till you see what we got coming up next, because this is just as wild. You don't want to be spending a lot of time in the negative aspects of why you've done certain things in the past, why you've taken certain approaches and things, made certain decisions. I almost get like you've come through the battle, you've come through the war zone, and you've hung up your weapons and you've taken off your armor, but instead of resting and recuperating and recharging your batteries, it's almost like you might want to beat yourself up for where you are in time. Now, please believe that you are supposed to be here at this moment. You were supposed to make those decisions. You were supposed to make those choices. Whether they were good, whether they were bad, whether they were ugly, it doesn't really matter. What matters is you needed to make that so each and every choice so that you would be here in time, so that you would have gained the wisdom. Because trust me, whatever lesson you learned and had to go through in order to acquire the wisdom of tomorrow, it would be much harder later in the game to learn that wisdom. So be thankful for going through whatever trial, whatever sorrow, whatever chaos that you had to go through in order to get to this moment in time. And don't beat yourself up over past decisions or how you made the decision or how you came to the conclusion. And, especially if you see, and this is what people don't think about so often, and it's so true. If you see that you could have made a different choice than you did, because hindsight is 20/20, but that tells you that you've gained the wisdom, that you've learned the lesson. Because when you were making the decision, you couldn't see that choice. You didn't have the wisdom. You hadn't gone through the lesson yet. So celebrate in the fact that you can now see that you could have made a different choice, because that tells you that next time it comes around, you're going to be making that different choice. and feel proud about who you are. You know, the King of Cups is here and the King of Cups is reversed. I rarely have a reverse card. I'm very meticulous about my deck. So when a reverse card comes up, I pay very close attention to it because it was supposed to come up. The King of Cups, you know, I almost got the sense that you almost put too much trust and faith into everybody else around you. And it's time to take control of trusting you, having faith in you. That's when that ship comes in. You know, there's with this card, there's a lot of love that you give out to other people, and which is beautiful, absolutely. But sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish, and you have to take care of you, and you have to reward you, and you have to see how beautiful and wonderful you are in order for you to walk the path of tomorrow. And I think this week is very much a week where that comes into play for you. I mean, we have the Nine of Wands here. This is your anxiety card. This is worry and anxiety. This is the day in, day out stuff that you worry about, you fret about. Now, each one of those wands represents some kind of worry or fear or, you know, where you view yourself as you failed or you didn't make the right decision or this is too tough or when it's going to get easier or why did I spend the money there because now I need it here. And, you know, this is the worry and the confusion that keeps you up at night, that gives you that tension throughout the day. I want you to take a good look at these wands because on every single one of those wands is new growth. There is a blossom. There is a flower blooming on each and every one of them. And I love the one she holds because it is so gnarled. So, I mean, that was an exceptionally hard path to get through, and you are looking at that path. And maybe you are looking because it looks like you have that downward look, so you are looking more at the gnarled experience rather than the blossom, the bloom that came out of that experience. So you need to kind of change your perception a little bit on who you are and where you're going and what makes you you. And celebrate your flaws. We're human. We're supposed to have flaws. That's what it's all about. So celebrate them and see how they make you unique and beautiful and special and empowered. Three of Cups. Because I think now that we go through all of this energy, we walk into the Three of Cups, which is a time of celebration. It's a time of rejoicing. It's a time of joy and happiness and laughing. And it's with the Star. So I think this celebration, a lot of times that stands for, you know, a new baby being born, or there's a marriage coming up, or you're getting a promotion. And not that all those things cannot be happening, but I think it has more with the celebration that comes from inside. When you realize, because we have the Star here, when you realize that you can go for those goals and those dreams and those desires, and you feel that vitality and you feel that strength, you feel that empowerment inside of you. So I think the beginning of the week, if anything, you are working at realizing the beauty of who you are, accepting your flaws, not lingering on any past and old decisions, because we don't want to take that into our new path going forward. Definitely not. And if you use this energy properly, you end up celebrating your path forward. You see the tangible aspects of how you are going to get from point A to point B, how you are going to actually get that plan formulated to go forward without fear, without worry, without self-doubt. So get ready to grab onto your dreams, your goals, your desires. Get ready to celebrate who you are. Get ready to manifest everything that you want to manifest in your life going forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.